From stories across the globe to stories here at home, this is the National News Broadcast. And on behalf of the National Television, we would like to wish all the women an International Women's Day. A very good evening to you. I'm Sharifa Tahir.
And I'm Dishan Virako, and here are your headlines for tonight.
The Ministry of Health states passengers arriving in the country from countries in which the coronavirus is spreading will be directed to 2 quarantine centers from tomorrow. The President conducts an observation visit of the Calido Beach. A statement has been voiced that the UNP has never contested any election by renouncing the elephant symbol. We move on to those and other stories in detail now. The Ministry of Health states passengers arriving in the country from countries in which the coronavirus is spreading will be directed to 2 quarantine centers from tomorrow. The Batticaloa Private Campus and the Kandakadu Treatment and Rehabilitation Center will be utilized as quarantine centers at which the passengers will be monitored for 14 days. The Health Ministry states at a discussion held with President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, it was decided to establish 2 quarantine centers. Thereby, all passengers arriving from countries in which the coronavirus is spreading rapidly, including Iran, South Korea and Italy, will undergo a quarantine period. The Batticaloa Private Campus, which has been allocated as a quarantine center, is located in an isolated area. In addition, the Kandakadu Treatment and Rehabilitation Center has also been allocated. This center was used by the Tiger terrorists some time ago as a planning center. Now it is being used to rehabilitate individuals who have gone astray due to various reasons. Italy is preparing to direct 16 million persons for quarantined health monitoring. The government of Italy has decided that the people of the Lombard area and another 14 provinces need to undergo a quarantined medical attention. This process will be underway until the first week of April. In addition, the Italian government has taken steps to close down many public places where crowds gather. Italy has recorded the highest number of corona-infected patients in Europe. Corona-related deaths have exceeded 230, whilst the total number of infected patients is around 6,000. Meanwhile, a 5-storied hotel, which was used as a quarantine center in the Guangzhou city in China, collapsed, resulting in 10 deaths. 28 persons are reported missing, whilst a group of the persons were rescued from the debris. The cause of the collapse has not been ascertained, and efforts are being taken to rescue the others trapped under the rubble. So far, the death toll owing to the coronavirus has exceeded 3,600, whilst the number of infected persons is more than 100,000. Corona-infected patients have been reported in 103 countries. Meanwhile, with the number of corona-infected patients reaching 89, the state of New York in the USA has declared a state of emergency. The coronavirus is responsible for 19 deaths in the states.
Now, consultant community physician of the Health Promotion Bureau, Dr. Priyanka Ranasinghe, emphasized on the potential adverse impacts, preventive measures, best practices and widely debated topics on the global COVID-19 outbreak. She made these remarks in an exclusive interview with the national television.
Some media name coronavirus as a deadly virus. How deadly is that coronavirus?
Majority get a mild to moderate disease, while a minority can get complications and death.
Who are the people belongs to this high risk category?
Elderly people and people with chronic diseases like diabetes are mostly affected with complications. Smaller children get a mild to moderate disease.
Doctor, does coronavirus spread through air?
Not at all. It's not an airborne virus. The virus is transmitted from droplets of an infected patient. So, it's not an airborne virus.
Then, is it safe to live nearby a quarantine facility or pass by a quarantine facility?
As I said earlier, this virus is transmitted from droplets. These are a little bit heavy. So, the droplets can travel only about 1 meter distance. Therefore, it is not risky to be around a hospital or a quarantine facility to walk in front of a quarantine facility or a hospital, or to reside around a quarantine facility or a hospital.
In this situation, do the general public need to wear masks?
At this moment, general public do not need mask in walking about, traveling in their normal day-to-day life.
What are the good behaviors that general public should adhere to prevent the coronavirus?
To prevent, wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water more frequently. Do not touch your face, nose, mouth, eyes when you are at public places. To prevent you spreading the virus, if you are infected, you spreading the virus to others, please always remember to use the inner side of your elbow to cover your nose and mouth while sneezing and coughing in this way. Or use a disposable tissue to cover your nose and mouth while sneezing and coughing, and remember to dispose the used tissue to a dustbin with a lid and wash your hands afterwards.
Now, e-commerce is very popular throughout the world. Does it safe to receive parcels from overseas?
Yes, it is safe. There's no problem.
In the meantime, a ceremony was held to felicitate former State Minister Rohita Gunawardena on his completion of 23 years in politics today. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was the chief guest at the event that was held in Kalutara. A book written on the 23-year political career of the former State Minister was also presented to the President. The Sangha discourse was given by Parivenadipati of the Papaliana Sunetra Devi Pirimena, Venerable Madhagoda Abe Tisatera. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa extended his felicitations to former State Minister Rohita Gunawardena over Skype. A larger group of invitees, including political party leaders, were present. Former State Minister Rohita Gunawardena said he requests of the President to facilitate the Kalutara district with a university for the benefit of students who intend to pursue their higher education. The former State Minister further said when he retires from politics, he will be content when he sees students benefiting from a university in his district.
Now, the development project along the Calido beach at Kalutara North came under the observation of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa today. The President visited the beach while attending a ceremony in Kalutara. The coast of the Kalutara North suffered sea erosion after sand dunes close to the outlet were washed away by the floods in 2017. As a solution, sand was excavated from the deep sea for this coast conservation project. The project will be carried out in 3 stages. Under the first stage, an artificial beach of 2 kilometers and 25 meters is being constructed using 300,000 metric cubes of sand. Currently, a 500-meter stretch has been completed. Chief Coast Development Engineer Sujiva Ranavaka notified the President that the first stage can be completed within the next 2 weeks. The Angulana coast stretch of 1 kilometer will be developed under the second stage, whilst the Mount Lavinia coastal stretch of 500 meters will be developed under the third stage. The objective is to complete all 3 stages by the 25th of April. The President, whilst en route to Kalutara, focused his attention on the urban cleanliness around the Moratua and Panadura areas. The President instantly brought to the attention of the relevant local government representatives and the police instances in which urban cleanliness was not maintained properly. The President emphasized that urban cleaning activities should proceed continuously and instructed for an inquiry to be carried out immediately into the lack of proper urban cleanliness.
The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. This is the most revered way in which society describes the ability of a woman. The woman, who is the life giver to society, is a wonderful creation of nature. Today is International Women's Day, and this is a look at the significance of observing an International Day in appreciation of women. in the capacity of motherhood through love, tenderness and faithfulness. It is the women who soothes the world. Building a significant identity for herself, she reaches great heights in society. Women represent more than 50% of the population of Sri Lanka. Currently, in Sri Lanka and other countries, women represent a significant portion of the labour force. Whilst breathing life into various roles as a mother, a sister, a wife, a grandmother or a friend, she can be described as a lifeline that strengthens not only her family's economy, but in turn the economy of the country and the world. On the 8th of March, which is today, it is she whom we felicitate. In the year 1857, a group of female employees of a fabrics factory in New York engaged in a demonstration calling for employee rights and equality. This was the first women-only demonstration march in history. Thereafter, the Socialist Women's Summit held in 1910, it was decided to declare that first day on which women demonstrate for equal rights, which was the 8th of March, to be marked as Women's Day every year. The proposal was first implemented in Germany and the USA. Women in the world over marked this day as the birthday of their freedom. This year's theme for International Women's Day is A World of Equality, an Active World. The ceremony to mark International Women's Day was held at the Ratnapura Town Hall under the theme Adirimat Rata Savimat. When Shri is empowered, the country is strong. Minister Pavitravani Arachi was the chief guest, while Sabaragamu Provincial Governor Tikiriko Bekadua and many invitees were present.
Meanwhile, President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says the government is dedicated towards creating an environment in which women can equally contribute to the revenue of the country by putting a stop to all sorts of violence and discrimination against the woman and the girl child. The President expressed these views issuing a felicitation message to mark the International Women's Day. The President says the Sri Lankan women should be certified of the opportunity open to them to take independent decisions and hold high-ranking posts in the public sector as well as maneuver the political direction of the country. The President further states the contribution of women who form half of the human population and determine the sustenance and the progress of the social establishment of every country needs to be honorably remembered. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa issuing a message to mark the International Women's Day states the women who contribute to the prosperity of the country through various positions they hold at many levels are a resource to the country. In his message, the Premier further states, with the decade beginning from 2020, many programs have been initiated to create an empowered tomorrow for women.
Former UNP MP Ruwan Wijewardena says the United National Party has never contested any election by renouncing the elephant symbol. Former UNP MP Lakshman Kiriyala emphasizes that it is not the symbol that is important, but the objective of the exercise. Former parliamentarian Ruwan Wijewardena says as a party they have decided to contest the upcoming election under the elephant symbol. He called to mind that the elephant symbol was selected by the founder of the party, D.S.N. Anayaka. Therefore, it is necessary to proceed on that path as a party. The former MP further stated the elephant symbol is embedded in the hearts of the voters. Therefore, it is not possible to renounce the symbol. Former parliamentarian Ruwan Wijewardena said although they approve the formation of an alliance, he feels the former opposition leader Sajid Premadasa has affiliated another political party to form the Samagi Jana Balavegaya. The former MP explained according to the party constitution, a member of another political party cannot join the party. Former MP Wijewardena observed that the current situation splits the UNP vote base into four. One group of voters will always vote for the UNP, another group will vote for Sajid Premadasa, another group will keep away from the polls due to disappointment, whilst another group will be weary of the party and will go and vote for the Rajapaksas.
කණ්ඩායමක් ගිහිල්ලා සජිත් ප්‍රේමදාස මැතිතුමාගේ බලවේගයට ඡන්ද දෙයි. තව කණ්ඩායමක් ඇත්තෙන්ම කලකිරිලා ඡන්ද දෙන්නේ නැහැ කියලා ගෙදරින්දි. තව කණ්ඩායමක් පක්ෂය ඇති වෙලා කියලා මේ රාජපක්ෂලාට ගිහිල්ලා ඡන්ද දෙයි. ඉතින් ඕක තමයි වෙන්නේ.
මට පෙනුන පසුගිය මාස
Former
3 ඇතුළත
parliamentarian Lakshman Kiryal observes that over the past 3 months, there were all sorts of opinions within the party in addition to the symbol under which to contest. The former parliamentarian further stated that arguments brought forward highlighting legal issues in the constitution of the Samagi Janabalavegya are false. He alleges that such arguments are being voiced to sabotage the Samagi Janabalavegya. Former parliamentarian Lakshman Kiryal emphasizes that what is important is not the symbol but the objective of the exercise. The former MP added, at the crucial juncture, UNP leader former Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe calls for the support of all those involved as the alliance was formed upon the approval of the UNP Working Committee. In the meantime, a number of ceremonies were organized throughout the island to mark International Women's Day, which falls today. A ceremony to mark International Women's Day was held at Hambantota under the patronage of Minister Tamal Rajapaksha today. The event was organized by the Hambantota Women's Development Grand Association. A ceremony was also held at the Appegama premises in Battaramulla under the patronage of former First Lady Shriranthi Wickremesinghe Rajapaksha. Around 700 female workers involved in environmental tasks in the Colombo municipality joined in the ceremony. A Women's Day ceremony was held at the Bhavaniya Cultural Centre this morning, and the event was made colourful by a number of cultural items. A Women's Day celebration also took place at the Vihara Mahadevi Park in Colombo. A blood donation campaign was organised by the Sri Lanka Netball Reserve to mark International Women's Day. The donation of blood took place at the Torrington grounds in Colombo. The Women's Day ceremony organised by the Leah Abhimani Women's Organisation was held at the auditorium of the Ahaliyaguda Pradesh Sabha this evening. The theme was Saubhagyaye Peraliyata Kanta Balayak, Women's Power for a Prosperous Transformation. A ceremony to mark International Women's Day was also held at the private bus terminal in Petta, organised by the Women and Children's Bureau of the Sri Lanka Police. At the ceremony, the public were educated on harassments faced by women in public transport.
Now, a walk organized to mark the 40th anniversary of the Commando Regiment ended after a ceremony that was held at the Golface Green today. The walk, which commenced on the 5th of March, was centered around Gaul, Chilau and Kandy. It was titled the Commando Foot Log. A vehicle parade was underway from Ganemulla to Bambalapitiya, whilst the walk proceeded from Bambalapitiya to Gaul Face. At the venue, a program including various displays of the Commando Regiment was organized. Acting Chief of Defence Staff, Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva was present with a number of senior officials.
As today is International Women's Day, we thought it's appropriate to draw attention to an elderly lady who is special in her own way. She contributes in this significant manner on behalf of the safety of the future generation. By name, she is Lily Violet, who is over 80 years of age. She completes her household chores early morning and leaves home for a special task. This task is helping the students of the Hettimula Bandaranaike Junior College cross the road safely. She is their self-appointed traffic warden. She commences her task at 6 a.m. and continues until 4:30 p.m. Since Lily performs the task of a traffic warden, there is no need of a traffic police to get involved. The task she performs is so valuable that in the grade 5 Sinhala reader, there is a chapter featuring her under the title Parakiyanattama, the grandmother who shows us the way.
Now, the annual Lenten feast of St. Ant Shrine Thalavila, known as the Orumangale or the Boat Feast, was held for the 258th year today. It also marks the 149th feast of the fishing community. The festive High Mass was presided over by Bishop of Chilau, Most Reverend Dr. Valence Mendes, and Bishop of Batticlo, Most Reverend Dr. Joseph Ponya. At the Mass, prayers were offered for the worldwide population to be freed from epidemics. The festivities culminated with the chariot bearing the statue of St. Anne being taken in procession. The police and the tri-forces had implemented a special security plan in view of the feast.
And in terms of school cricket, the Colombo Ananda Nalanda big match ended in a draw today. The match was played at the SSC grounds. This was the 91st big match. The match was played over 2 days, and President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was amongst the spectators of the first day, which was yesterday. Nalanda College declared their first innings with a score of 307 runs at the loss of 4 wickets. Kavin De Silva was not out at the score of a century, whilst Roshan Disanaika was 77 not out. Ananda College lost all wickets in the first innings with the score at 150. Netma Karnaratna scored 59, whilst Titesh Vasila took 5 wickets. To prevent defeat by an innings, Ananda College received the opportunity to play the second innings today. They scored 225 runs with the loss of 5 wickets at the close of play. Hansaja Jayasinghe was 89 not out. Ronnie De Silva of Nalanda College was awarded the best fielder, whilst Ditesh Vasila, also of Nalanda College, was awarded the best bowler. The best batsman award was taken away by Hansaja Jayasinghe of Ananda College. Ravin De Silva of Nalanda College was the man of the match.
And now that's a wrap of tonight's Primetime News. Until we meet again next time, do take care and good night.
Good night.